Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another game reaction, and this one is of the Nuggets versus the Jazz. Full game, 3 highlights. And I don't know the end score to this one, but I'm gonna, like, the first game, the Nuggets won, didn't they? Second game, they got absolutely battered. And I predicted the Nuggets to win this series. But after that second game, I'm not too sure, man, because they got done dirty, man. Like, they got destroyed that game. Like, it was a huge victory, like, deficit in the end. And yeah, so now I'm not sure, because I do like the Jazz. I rate the Jazz team highly, man. They've got a good group of players. Like, I just thought the Nuggets would probably pull through, but now thinking about it, I don't really know. I feel like the Jazz might just edge it, but we're going to see. And yeah, this is still like an interesting sort of playoff series, I guess you could say, because both teams have the potential to go through. It's just who clutches up in the end and who shows up. But we're going to check this one out and see how this game ends, man.
Starting lineups and a new addition for the Jazz.
Mike, a lot of love for Mike being an Ohio State alumni, of course.
Oh,
but,
what a shock!
It's always a
drive to begin the ball game. Drop it off, and Gobert able to hammer. Royce O'Neal. 1-1. The first one was an overtime win, and that was Denver and Jamal Murray, who opens with the jumper. Yeah, don't overreact. Get your team into a panic mode when the series is 1-1. Murray springs free, drops in the three. He's got Millsap on a switch, which means he's going right through the defense. Royce O'Neal doesn't want it. Mike Conley does. His three is perfect.
That was worked nice, man.
Inhales that rebound. Ingles to Mitchell. Good eye contact and the hammer by Donovan Mitchell. You see Porter averaging 20.5, but Utah's targeting him defensively as a young player. Ingles, another lob, this time to Gobert.
Well, man.
Extremely well right now for the Jazz in the playoffs.
Jokic on Gobert, no double coming, spins away to the baseline, and the Joker.
Windows jokingly trying to get out. He's out right in time to play this game today.
Gobert putting it in and drawing the... Torrey Craig, Jeremy Grant, and Nikola Jokic. And the wing three perfectly done, and this is why lead. And Gobert, he has been the roller repeatedly, got his own miss. Rudy Gobert, and look at the stifle tower.
Really well.
With a good cycle to
Stifle
Jeremy
tower,
Grant.
I love that. Being from France. That's a class name.
But here comes Mitchell in motion. Donovan Mitchell all the way to the iron to put it up and in.
If they're going to go through, Donovan Mitchell and Gobert have to be playing like they are now. And yeah, I mean, if they play like this through the whole series, they're going to be bits,
from the
sure,
Joker,
they're
Torrey Craig.
quality players.
You don't have Clarkson going off just yet. He's trying to get himself going. There's his first basket. Juwan Morgan, good ball movement to Niang, missing the corner three. And all these 50-50 balls going Utah's way.
Nuggets with only 12 points.
Defensively.
That's poor.
Drop it into Gobert again. He flips it up and in. Difference game shot clock. Jamal Murray.
That's a really good full half for them.
Right to the rim.
Definitely want to attack, get to the rim, and put pressure on their defense.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Right on cue, the 7th turnover of the game. Tony Bradley blocked.
Yo, that block was wild.
Morgan, Tony Bradley,
saved his teammate's ass then.
The second
Jesus
unit for
Christ,
Utah.
he must be thanking him after that.
Clarkson on a reload three.
Yeah, you got to send the ball.
And force Jordan Clarkson to shoot over the top of you. Once you go for that pump fake, it's just money in the bank.
They need Michael Porter Jr. to do that. Their A game in game 2, they are playing wonderfully again today. Conley for three.
Oh my God. They nearly doubled already. Jesus Christ.
Mike Conley again, wide open.
They're just brushing them aside.
That's gonna
the players.
Oh my God! Look at the scoreline.
Offensive sets to perfection to get the kind of high quality shots we're looking for.
Monte, second quarter.
Well, we always talk about, and you said it last game, and coaches were talking about how do we close out quarters? How do we close out the half to get momentum? And you're not going to close it out.
Ball threes become layups.
This
and
game
dunks most
could
of the
be already
time.
over.
And here's Murray on the floor balance, missing the layup. Porter Jr. to pick it up.
I'm surprised about this, man. Again, they're getting brushed aside by the Jazz.
The line to Gobert again. Clarkson attacking. Jokic met him. You see Denver scrambling on D, but the man closest to the basket
getting done
is the
for
one
her.
who's open. 2 interim goals for Denver. Try to get to single digits before halftime. Get to something manageable. And Jokic.
I'm surprised how you win game 1 and you struggle so much in the other 2, man.
You see it in spurts, but you just don't see it consistently with Jokic because he's such a team player.
And Clarkson just Gobert another rebound. Gobert's going to have a double-double by halftime.
Fucking hell, that's
Clarkson
mad.
dropping it off.
Double-double by half-time. That is ridiculous. There's still 6 minutes to go.
Jamal Murray
He's on 20
kicking out
already.
to Michael
He's on
Porter
20
Jr.
already.
And pretty 3-point. And it's up to Jokic on this end to deal with his center matchup. Mike Conley. I'll tell you,
It's all about matchups, and right now the Utah Jazz feel they match up, as we see, extremely well.
Jokic for
Jokic's
three.
team, and they're able to exploit some mismatches that they do have.
The Yang on the drive and flipping it up and in. Well, what Utah
Trying to
wants.
block out.
I'm surprised,
inside.
man.
Donovan Mitchell likes that Porter Jr. matchup. His 3-point stroke.
More efficient since we've been here in the
Donovan
bubble, in
Mitchell
particular
again,
in the playoffs against this Denver team.
Millsap 3.
I've just realised when it said Gobert had 20 points. Actually, so this is on 448. Let's just see where it said Gobert had. Did he have more points than? Did he have more points than? I can't even find it. I don't even know. Did he have more points than the Nuggets at that time? If that's the case, that is crazy.
In the playoffs against this Denver team.
Millsap 3. And look it up and you're saying, is it really 22? Yes, it is. The Yang catch and shoot. He drops in the 3. 6 in the key. Jokic on the ISO. And he'll just shoot over Gobert. And if you can draw.
Okay.
Jokic 3. Batted out. Straight to Jeremy Grant. Millsap.
There
And
you
he
go.
took Mitchell
This is what
right
I
to the
need.
rim.
Still 20 though, man.
Ingles.
I don't know how they make this
Curl,
back.
They find Gobert
Well,
with a
that's,
shot clock
like,
at
surely that's
5.
impossible now.
In on Jokic. It's spiked away by Grant. What a block.
Oh,
A little attitude right there with that block.
Jesus Christ.
Defense that time by Murray.
Oh, what a block. And Murray taking it right back. And then Mitchell answers with a block. And a
The
mental
blocks in this
barrier
game, man.
being under 20 is so important.
Crazy.
Murray off the Jokic feed, and 7 never got it. 2 for 1. And Millsap hits a 3. Game shot
They're on a
clock
little roll here
difference.
now.
Down to 5. Conley's got Jokic on the switch. The step back 3. Good.
Oh, man. That is
Part
a
of this game.
ridiculous shot.
Denver finished on an 11-3 run. Jokic a very deep 3. And Denver could.
To him, you hedge in now that corner. You're in this line of sight. He'll get it to you.
Ingles stopped. Mike Conley.
speaking of
What a
that.
game. Off iron. No
No
look
look.
pass to Jokic. Better pass
That's
to
what
Grant
I
in the
was
corner. Beautiful ball movement.
How did they
That's why
start the
he's on
second
move,
quarter?
because
The second half,
he's
sorry.
intelligent enough to know to get himself
Third
on balance
quarter.
and then make the play.
Got to start well. man.
Donovan Mitchell has had phenomenal third quarter. Very attentive to Ingles as the trailer. Royce O'Neal catch and shoot.
Man.
Ingles found him from the base.
Back with
after
a
the wrist
20-point
surgery.
lead, 21
And it
this
took
time.
some time too for this team to kind of make the adjustment.
Okay, that was
Beautiful
nice
middle
play,
pick
you
and
know, that was
roll
actually
again
quite
to
cool.
Jokic, because he attracts so much from the defense. Now you on offense have to make the adjustment. And speaking of which, how about Mike?
Incendiary.
They just
ever
looked
since.
degenerated. I saw
10 of
Jokic there.
12.
He just looked exhausted, man.
They're coming off a franchise best 20 in a playoff game. What a
Was that a
block by
block?
Jokic.
Was that a
with
block?
Ricochet out of bounds with
Oh
2
my
to
jeez! I thought he just hit the bottom. There's been some
Grant
wild
backing
blocks
it
to this
up.
man.
That's a confident stroke.
Some
Is he
wild blocks.
Not only block a shot, but influence a shot and right on time. Again.
He stayed out of foul trouble, so
Okay,
Gobert
that's a
has
nice
been
pass.
a menace to the Denver defense. Torrey Craig will use that O'Neal screen.
Still
Clarkson
23
trying
point
to get
lead,
downhill
man.
on Monte Morris. And there's Gobert again.
What's
Why
your
are they double?
Jokic, and that's where
20.
Gobert
Oh, so he's been quiet
is
the
able
last
to be
few-
open right in the middle.
Look, since he scored 20 then.
Murray, little floater down the lane. Get back in it. Clarkson, speed and quickness. And there's Gobert again.
Just there at the right spot, man.
Clarkson on Porter and putting it up and in. And 7 quarters of Utah brilliance to deal with. Monte Morris floating that in. Change things in terms of either rebounding or defense or energy level or something. And the Yang hitting the 3.
That hitting some
What you
crazy
talk
shots,
about is
man.
what you do on and off the
Oh,
court.
that is
Jokic.
poor. That is actually
Mitchell,
so
the former
poor.
slam dunk champion. Right hand tomahawk.
30 points, man. That is a poor pass. Especially from
30 points.
Jokic as well.
I mean, the series will be 2-1, but it's going to feel like you're down 10-1.
Genuinely.
Well, but even in that first game,
Enough to know how to handle things.
This is a whole quarter to go. Oh, man.
Conley playing beat the clock, and that typifies it. They're down 0-2, and it's more frantic. And instead, it's like Jazz were brilliant in game 2, and they just built on it here. And George Niang opens.
Troy Daniels, defensively, you see something in him that says, you know what, we may need that spark in the next game early
my
on
God.
to create some
It's gonna
kind
be
of
40,
momentum
bro.
defensively.
Conley diving on the deck, which you like to see.
This is absurd.
It debates G-Op. Misfiring there. I'd say
I
Plumlee's
just-
still working.
Had some good shots, but the turnovers
This is
early
wild, man.
led to fast break opportunities. See a
I think
nice
this is the
little
biggest
George Niang can
hits our rim
victory I've seen
protector,
since I
finisher,
started
offensive
watching
rebounder.
the playoffs in the bubble.
That's the value.
As Mason
Unless I'm
moves
missing
up, but also
something there.
48 points in the paint. I think the alarm bells are going to go off a little bit more being down 2-1 here. As Plum problem is the shocking nature that Utah's buzzsawed the Nuggets the last 2 games. Is Moutier missing?
This is
A
mental.
nice follow by.
Lends itself to allowing those teams to feel a lot more confident, especially the younger players, of not playing in pressurized situations on the road.
Well, you just answered a really key question there, because with Ingles and Royce O'Neal as wings, then 3 point.
You know what, maybe, you look at starting Jeremy Grant.
And a nice finish as these series go on with no travel and nowhere to go because you're with your teammates. Bol. He was the tallest Nugget.
But, it's funny when his
Ball,
father
let's
was
go. I
in
mean, it's a bit too late, but
Golden State and Nelly was the coach.
I'm surprised, man.
They've kept this thing going. He's hoping to repeat and get it for the 3rd consecutive year.
Well, I think the issue.
2 games
we
in a row
talked
they've
about-
lost.
And also, not
by
just
a
the block
massive
shots, it's
deficit,
just his
man.
presence influences.
The Jazz might have them on
It
lock, you know.
dictates a lot on the defensive end. That other, wasn't there a stat something that said that Marcus Smart wasn't in the top, wasn't included in that?
Ball, yeah.
Defensive
Barely
player
has
of
the
the
job.
year in the
Jesus
same
Christ.
year.
And extremely difficult to do both. But as a professional, as what you look at it, Marcus Smart is one of those guys that
Right now in the final 5 seconds. So the Utah Jazz, they lose
37.
game 1, bounce
Highest
back.
was 15. See, that is poor, man. The highest in your team having 15, man. Jesus, man. Rudy Gobert didn't even finish with the most points in his team. That's crazy when you consider he was on 20 within I think it was within 18 minutes. But still, doesn't take away from his performance. He was good for sure, man. I feel like maybe they just took him off near the end just to sort of rest him. Let's look at the box score though. I'm interested in seeing this. Fuck, we'll leave it on box score. Nuggets versus Jazz. I wonder who else was it just a poor performance from everyone? Michael Porter was 7. See that you're wanting him to get at least low 20s, right? Jokic as well. Turnovers. They had a lot of turnovers. Yeah, it was just a poor performance all round, really. 5 rebound. Yeah, man. Jesus. Ball with 11. He played 9 minutes as well, so he actually did well for the time that he played. Jokic actually played 32 minutes, man. So, I mean, you can't really use the time against him.
Take the first step to...
Fuck off. 24 from Gobert, 27 from Conley, 20 from Mitchell. See, that's what you want. 16 from Niang. That's what you want. 11 from Clarkson as well. Everyone's putting in a performance. This is an all-round performance. Gobert 14 rebounds and 24 points. That's wild, man. Mitchell, he had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 20 points. But still a solid performance. Conley with 27, 4. Yeah, man. So they just had players all round going in. But Jesus Christ, this was mad. What was the score? What was the actual score of the last one? Just to make sure. So this was a 37-point deficit. 22. Wait. Oh, that's the game summary. I think it was 20. 19th, for fuck's sake. Yeah, 19-point deficits there as well, man. And what was the score of the first game? I'm guessing that was 17th then. 17th. So it was a 10-point deficit there, but they still, like, they conceded a lot of points then as well. So I feel like their real issue is defensively. But how do you score 135 and then in this one you get 87? I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, maybe the Jazz have just sort of figured them out and they know what they're good and what they aren't good at. And you can see they've got a lot of weaknesses faced. Maybe it's just like the matchup, it's just not suited for the Nuggets against the Jazz. But still, man, this isn't taken away from the Jazz either. Like, if you're a Utah fan, you must be so excited to see what's going to happen in these playoffs, because I feel like you are like a dark horse. Even though I predicted the Nuggets to go through before the playoffs started, from what I've seen, the Jazz have to be the favourites now. They've handed their asses to them 2 games in a row. Embarrassing performance by the Nuggets. This is pure humiliation. Bobo deserves more minutes. He always makes a difference when he comes in, man. Yeah, he plays 9 minutes and gets 11 points. Utah bench got whole fourth quarter on their own last mile, so good luck to the overhead Nuggets. I want us to murder today. The difference is Utah trust me. The difference is Utah trust each other. They have a lot of shooters. Somebody has to remind the Nuggets that this is the playoffs and this is the summer league games. While Utah got Conley back, good luck Denver. The Memphis Grizzlies look hungrier than the Nuggets. Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, like, the Grizzlies, they lost to Portland though, but still, like, I was thinking the Nuggets would do really well. Maybe it's just like they can't handle the playoffs yet. Maybe it's too soon, I'm not too sure. But still, I was not expecting this sort of violation. Jokic is such a liability on D. Bro, I'm a Nuggets fan and I almost had a heart attack because of this murder. Murray couldn't build a house with all these bricks he's made today. A tree can guard a rebound better than my boy Nicola, MPJ, and Millsap was solid, and Grant was really good. He played his heart out today, but we should stop committing to turnovers and better defense. Yeah, you had a lot of turnovers that game from what I saw. Like, everyone had at least 2 or 3 turnovers in that game. That's crazy. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this game and on this series? For me, if the Nuggets don't turn it back up, I feel like the Jazz have got this probably in 5. I can't see the Nuggets getting one back at the moment. I feel like the Jazz have just got them unlocked. They've sort of figured them out and they just know what they're good at and what they're not good at. And yeah, man, but what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think they could turn it back? Do you reckon they just had a few bad run of games? Like, what are your guys' sort of opinions on this series? But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.